Hey, Andrew here at SHOT 2022 with Chris from HRT. You got some new stuff for us this year, so talk me through it.
Yeah, 2022, we're looking at this as a very exciting year for us. First on the docket for release is our LBAC, our load-bearing adaptable carrier. The load-bearing adaptable carrier is going to be much more rigid. The front plate pocket is going to be very similar to our racks and our HRT systems. It's going to be able to use the exact same placard systems that we've used in the past, so reverse compatibility. But if you'll notice on the front, the cummerbund system is going to be significantly different. The cummerbund system is going to use a Tigris rigid insert, and it's going to go 180 degrees. And the reason why we're going to be using a much more rigid system is so that it can hold on to those plates that need to be ran on the side or radio pouches, and it's not going to be sagging like most of your tactical nylon does.
Yeah.
On the side, we'll go over the shoulder straps. The shoulder straps do widen out compared to most of our plate carriers. That's going to be able to help distribute the weight across the shoulders. We removed the Velcro tabs on the side, so all cable and tubing is going to be able to run off of the top of the shoulders. As we move to the back of the system, it's going to be using a multi-zip half panel system. On our website, we've got half panels, we've got full panels. It doesn't really matter, just as long as it fits your mission. We can do our best to try to have those pouches out there for you. On the back side, it shows our connecting points. It's going to attach in. This is adjustable for the end user. The slide piece right here on the Molly cummerbund cover, that's what's going to give you the option to add your plates as well as pouches via Molly system.
This feels like really breathable. You've got if we could slide this a little bit, you can see. Thank you. You can see how there's a lot of room for air to pass through here.
Correct.
And with this mesh here, you're not gonna have that gooiness around your muffin top.
Yeah, and that's another nice thing is in all of our plate bags, we build in an air channel specifically. So we add in some pontoons pre-established. So if you'll notice right here on the front plate bag,
looking at that.
It's got the pontoon connecting points for Velcro right here if you want to increase your space off to add more flow. So if you're in like the south or the southwest,
live in Phoenix.
It gets hot, doesn't it?
I wore some armor in some in some really hot climates for a really long period of time. there's no getting around the fact that it's super uncomfortable.
Right, and getting some airflow is always nice.
This bit.
Right, and on the back side, it's got a similar effect, and you can tighten this down to kind of close in this a little bit more, but it's going to have enough of a wide pad here to kind of sit more on the back muscles and open up that spine area, so you're going to get a lot more airflow. So let me take this off the table. That's the next thing I want to talk about, the light system. So this is still in testing and evaluation. We're currently working on getting a final product built for this. On the on the back side, the tail cap, you'll notice it's got a very unique switch on it. It's called the ODA, the Omnidirectional Activator. So the tail cap, it's designed to be able to be used on the bodies that we're going to be building for it, any surefire dual fuel or any constant similar threads. The head, it's going to have a 90,000 candela and a 1700 lumens. It's got massive throw. And it will also work with the pressure pads.
Sorry.
Hey, if you can't play games, what can you do, right? So it's going to have about 90,000 candela in the head, 1700 lumens, and it's going to be able to be worked with any other body that's got similar thread patterns.
So this tail cap, for one thing, that's pretty different.
It is.
I mean, you could, like you were saying, you can push it in whatever direction. What I noticed is that you push in far enough, it clicks for constant. There's this trend in lights over the last couple of years where a quick tap puts it in constant, and I absolutely hate that. Thank you for not doing that. This is the way it ought to be. You push in far enough, and it's a really deliberate action.
And we've talked to multiple people in security, law enforcement, and military, and they all agree. The last thing you want is a negligent discharge at the wrong moment.
Yeah.
So we
or
make
not
sure,
going off. Like
Right.
if you're moving through a structure and you're strobing that light on and off, I don't want it to stay on. I want it
Exactly.
off when I let go.
Right, and that's the whole point of this. You want it to be where it's going to take a little bit of effort to make it go off.
Yeah.
So when you push down, it takes some effort. Now, like I said, this is still in our testing and evaluation phase. We're probably going to make a few small changes on the inside. We
Yeah.
might need to make a few other small things, but we're looking at, hopefully, conditionally, third quarter release. We just wanted to get it out, it's shot so that people could see this.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a unique design on the tail cap. And the bodies, like I said before, they can be used with Surefire or anything with a similar thread pattern.
You got an idea yet on what the pricing's going to be like?
We're going to be very competitive. If you buy a Surefire, you get the tap switch on the backside. This is automatically going to come with this. We're also going to be selling these off as individual pieces once we finally get the market for it. So that way, if you've got a Surefire and you just want the ODA system for the rear.
So the
as
thread
well as
pattern, is that going to be like 951 G2
It's going to
size?
match up with Surefire. It's going to match up with all the other industry standards currently at the moment. This, we are going to be releasing it with M-LOK as well as Picatinny. So hopefully the Picatinny, we know that that's going to be more towards law enforcement that are still stuck with older rails, as well as those that, they still want that classical early 2000s to 2010 look. So that way they're still going to be able to run it. Chris, could you grab me that rifle, please? Could you grab me that rifle, please? So what I'm going to do is show you the way that it looks on the rifle, so you can kind of get an idea if you were to be running an IR illuminator. So with the IR illuminator, if you were to be running it, you would still be able to have your PEC here or whatever, and you're still going to be able to use your light, just a thumb activation. It can be ran on both the left side or right side. It is body reversible, so you can put the tail cap over here and the head over here. The energy source is going to be 18,650 for the long body, and it's going to be 18,350 for the short body. So one thing we are adding into this when the final product does come out is it's going to have the ability for the long body to run the CR123s. We understand that there are agencies, departments, and even civilians that are just like, hey, look, I'm not into the whole rechargeable thing, and I want to be able to run it. You still will be able to use CR123s in the long bodies. So.
Nice. It's really well thought out.
Well, we try to create the most thought out product that we can. And the last thing that we're going to show the ARFCOM audience today is going to be the new magazine pouch. We've got one for rifle, one for pistol. We're going to be using a laser cut system, and we're going to have it set so that you can still run your pistol as well as your rifle magazines together. The connecting pieces, instead of using just your Alice clips or Malice clips, we're going to come out with something just a little bit different. Very, very durable. It's going to be using a carbon fiber Tigris cutout. Once they're in, they're set. They shouldn't be falling out. You're not going to have to worry about this wearing down from friction. It is a very durable material, and once it's in, it's going to stay.
So what is this fiberglass, carbon fiber?
It is a carbon fiber Tigris, and the whole concept behind it is to find a material that's going to last and it's going to be durable. The last thing you want is for this thing to be coming off, and once it locks in,
like
exactly,
that.
It's going to be able to lock in that way, and it's going to be very similar to just weaving it through the system here. It would run 2 on the rifle magazines and then 1 on the pistol magazines.
I'll confess, when I looked at this, when I saw it sitting there, first of all, I didn't realize that it was a replacement Malice clip.
Right.
But it looked kind of flimsy. It is
very, very durable. It is well made. We've done our research as far as the connecting pieces. And if a person wanted to use Malice, that's perfectly fine. They can buy the Malice. This will still fit with it. It's still standard sizing on the cuts. So it'll still fit in and loop into preconditioned molly belts or plate carriers. So it's not going to be too far off as far as sizing goes. But it's got a great rigid insert on the inside, so when you put your magazines in, you're going to have great control with it, good friction. Same thing with the pistol. So I think that's going to be pretty much for most of what we're going to be pushing for 2022 this year.
Okay.
For the light, like I said before, probably Q3. The LBAC that we were showing for the plate carrier, probably looking at a late Q1 or early Q2 release for that. And then the magazine pouches, I don't have a time frame when those are going to be released, but we're hoping sometime in the near future. And we're definitely excited for 2022. And we're definitely excited to have you guys stop by the booth today. So,
Can you walk us through pricing?
So pricing, that's an excellent question. On the light bodies, the larger light bodies are going to be a little bit more. It's going to be somewhere between the $200 to $250 range, so it's definitely going to be competitive with a lot of the other companies that are in the light market right now. And you're going to be getting a unique tail cap to go with that. So the magazine pouches, we're looking at being very competitive with the market right now, so somewhere between $20 to $25, maybe $27. And as far as the LBAC, we know for sure that's going to be about a $450 price tag right now.
Awesome.
So,
well, Chris,
Andrew,
thank you for your
thank
time.
you so much,
Thanks
sir.
for putting up with me. Thank you guys for watching. I love you.